How much longer is this gonna take?
Your daughter's on the line. Just running the encryption.
Black hell!
What's up, Gib?
The data you glommed off the rig. There's no way the Georgians could have gotten this much intel without a man inside the CIA.
Fisher, you're up.
Dad?
Sarah. Hi.
Where are you?
On my way home.
I thought you were gonna call last week.
Something came up. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Were you in Georgia?
Honey, you know I can't answer that.
Yeah, I know. I was just watching it on TV. Ah!
Sarah. Sarah! Wilkes, you okay?
I think so.
Hope everybody's all right back there. We just had a faulty collision warning. I've never seen anything like it. The entire herd went haywire.
Anybody have a line back to third echelon?
I'm here, Fisher.
What the hell's going on?
Nicolad's just declared war on the U.S.
What?
The Georgians hit our communications, transportation, power grids. We still don't know how extensive the damage is.
What's our defense? What are we doing?
What do we have? Nicolad's caught us with our pants down. All we've got is the laptop you pulled off the oil rig.
My daughter.
I know. I've got people heading over there. This whole country's a mess.
I need to see Sarah.
You know what you need to do. We're helpless until we find Nicolad's. You're heading for the CIA. Your mission just became critical.
Failure at the Red Bear Army Community Hospital in Mississippi resulted in 17 deaths and over 30 injuries. Both county electricity and backup generators were destroyed, leaving military train traveling to Norfolk, Virginia collided with a commuter rail line after an apparent failure of its automated routing system. U.S. military has not released the contents of the train's cargo, though federal authorities have evacuated a 20-mile radius surrounding the wreckage. Though no official death toll has been given, initial reports indicate the deaths of over 40 enlisted men. Potential civilian casualties are believed to be much lower.
Newspapers talking about cyber terrorism, an information crisis, information warfare. Call it what you will, but realize that no American is safe until we mobilize our army.
Rescue workers, their information grid entirely disabled, were unable to respond to the crash for nearly an hour. Injuries became fatalities as to combat Nicolad's, the Georgian president still in hiding. Though his first wave of cyber terrorism focused on military targets, intelligence proposes that a large-scale civilian target could just as easily.
We have faced terror before and triumphed. I promise here to the American people that we will triumph again. Earth is too small a place for the perpetrators of these acts to hide. The United States and her allies will enact a justice that is swift, true, and absolute.
So shit has gotten a little bit real here. So Nicolas has made his move and launched an attack, and the only lead we've got is that there is apparently a mole in the CIA, which we're going to be busting into in this mission, which is a really, really good mission, actually, with some pretty cool new stuff to do.
Time to get to work, Fisher. Let me reiterate. We cannot afford any casualties. The NSA doesn't operate in the U.S. We don't spy on other agencies.
I'm not here.
That's right. You've lost existence privileges until the mission's over. We've synced the timer on your offset to a pause in the ventilation system fans. You'll have a limited window of opportunity to use it for insertion.
So we can't kill anyone, which means that Sam just didn't bring a gun at all. It would have been helpful to shoot some lights out or something with that, but whatever. Also, we gotta beat the clock here, but that's, like, not even a problem at all. Because there's no one actually out here, except for, like, right at the front, but they're way too far away to actually see us, so it doesn't really matter. Just do a little wall jump and get up here. So this mission introduces some new stuff, which we'll get to in just a second, which will actually get inside here. I mean, I don't want to waste that whole minute I got left. Oh man, just barely made it in. Alright, made it. So let's just have a little look at the OPSAT. So we have to get to the central server. Also, we now have a new thing. We have thermal vision. So thermal vision is really good. It's not as good as night vision, but it's very useful because you can use it to see through certain things like wood. So if there's a wooden door and you want to see through it, you can use that. And it's a little bit better than using the optic cable for that particular usage. There's a guy down there. He's just a civilian though. Well, I suppose since he works for the CIA, he's probably not technically a civilian, but he's a civilian in the way that if I hit him in the face, he'll get knocked out. Just let him walk away before he jumped down. I don't want him to hear anything. Nope. Don't wanna do that. So that guy has a pretty long patrol, and I do want to drop him because he's gonna get in the way in the next hallway. So let's just wait for him to come back. I think I'll speed that up. Okay, let's just try to be nice and smooth about this. Okay. I could probably just leave him here, but I don't want to do that. Just feels wrong to leave a body in the middle of a hallway like that. Alright, so got a camera, and it's bulletproof. Not like we could shoot out anyways, but whatever. Gonna have to just duck past it, which isn't that difficult to do. You do want to be careful, because up ahead, to the right, there is actually a guard. But I don't think he'll be a problem. I don't think his patrol actually starts until you get past the camera. I'm not entirely sure about that. So this guy is actually kind of a pain to get if you try to use the stairs. Don't use the stairs. It's not a good idea. Yeah, he's not coming. Yeah, I'm pretty sure his patrol doesn't actually start until you get past a certain point. But you don't want to just rush in. Yeah, that's definitely the case. Let's take a step and see what happens. Yep, there he goes. So what we want to do is just wait a second. He's going to leave. We can just wall jump up here real quick. It's good, because he's going to go the other way. We can just drop him. I like how you still hear Sam cock a gun, even though he doesn't actually have a gun. You could even hear him holster a gun when he knocks someone out. Oh, they didn't change the sound effects for that. Oh, Ubisoft. Alright, so there's a few data sticks that we do want to get our hands on. This is not one of them. A lot of these are just like, you know, worried family members and stuff. But I don't remember which ones those are. So a cool thing about thermal vision is you can see through doors with it. But only if the doors are made of wood. Got some new stuff over here. Sticky shockers. Whatever could those be? Oh, looks like they found some intel on Blousey and Madison, I guess? Remember that mission from forever ago? Oh. So, up ahead, you want to make sure you go the right way. So if you don't, you're going to get caught and waste a lot of time, and it's going to be very frustrating. You want to go to the right. You want to move kind of quick.
Are you going to be staying at the hospital? You mean when she wakes up? Listen, thanks for coming in. I know the last thing you want to be doing at a time like this is answering questions. We couldn't assume it was a coincidence. Thanks for your understanding. Let me know if there's anything we can do.
Okay, so the guy on the phone is going to leave. You want to let him do that. You don't want to deal with two guys. And that elevator is where you want to go. This dude is just completely in the way, so let's use the mighty soda can. Because it is pretty dark over here. Except for that little spot where those lights are to the left. It's not too dark there. Alright, let's see what he does. Nope. Alright, let's try to drop him right here. Alright, good. That guy can actually be kind of a problem to get past. Sometimes the can just doesn't work too well. Well, the AI when you throw a can is a little bit interesting. If they actually see where it came from, they'll check that spot instead of where it landed. Which makes sense, you know. A can just flying out of the shadows. That, you know, might want to check that out. We're going downstairs.
Just got word from our man inside. He says your F-2000's in place. You can retrieve it in the storage room behind the generator backup.
Goody.
I'd be ignorant not to arm you, but keep it holstered. One agency fatality means the mission's over.
So that's a new gun we're gonna get, and it's fantastic. I like how Lambert called it an F-2000. I think that's a real gun, but they changed the name for a video game. Which is what they usually would do with that kind of thing. This guy is gonna be in the way, so we're gonna knock him out. And we're gonna lay a devious trap for the guard room in the hallways, because he needs to go. So something very useful about lights is when you turn them off, the guards will just be pulled to them to turn them back on. And they're pretty easy to take down when you do that. So we got a code for the server room. It's very helpful. We're going to need that. I think there might be a couple of places you can get it, though. I think there are some codes like that. Maybe. I don't quite remember, though. I don't think I've ever tried getting it anywhere but right there. Alright, here he is.
Turn the lights back on.
Even though the doors are closed, he still notices these things. That's that CIA training right there.
10:30.
So since this is a carpet, we can move a little bit quickly. Alright. So we got a little fork in the road here. We want to head to the left to the security station. There's some stuff in there we want to get.
Good. It's not ideal, but it looks like we're covered.
Like I said, this is tight as security gets unless Congress admits we can't run this place on pocket change.
You said it wasn't critical.
It's not. I think we can maintain.
You're sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm just tired.
Overtime?
I'm on hour 15.
It's a crisis, man. Crunch time.
Meaning I gotta get back to it.
I'll see you around.
So this light switch right here is pretty amazing. Not only will it lure the guy in the room, it'll lure the guy in the hallway and have him come all the way around to turn it on. It's just the power of light switches. So if you're going to do this, you want to be careful where you hide, because the computer screens are turned on and their light will expose your position. Let's just get this guy out of the way real quick. Because he's going to take his time getting in here. Alright, let's just deal with him before we do anything else. to wait a little bit, though. Gonna speed that up again. Okay. He's just a civilian, though, so whatever. This is just the easiest way to take him down. Which we don't really have to do, but I'd like to. There's a guy with a satchel coming up, and this guy, he might be in the way a little bit. So it's very important to come in here, because you get some more gadgets. Which you've probably figured out are gadgets for the SC-20K. Surprise, surprise. Let's put these guys in the closet. Just feels weird to not do that. Now, I don't know if any of these computers have anything important on them, but I'm pretty sure they don't. Yeah. Alright, let's go.
Due to recent events, all security personnel will remain at Level 3 patrol until further notification.
Alright, so on the left here is a guy. And he's got a satchel that I want to read. He's not that difficult to get, though. Does require a bit of a wait. So let's just hang out here, let his little patrol reset. Come on. Come on. Okay. I want to move a little quietly because the floor in here is not a carpet. So this guy is actually overlooking the server room. Now, I am not sure if he could spot you when we get in there later, but I think maybe he can. I don't remember, though. I usually just drop this guy because he has a satchel with a code in it, and I want to get that. Yeah, he gets the code for a door. You know, it's a pretty useful code that we're going to need in like a second, so it's good to get it. Alright, so in here, got a couple guys, actually. Can't quite see the other one, but he's right over there. Behind those shelves. This would be challenging, but unfortunately for these guys, there's a light switch in this room. So they're already doomed. And there he is. So, who's gonna go for it first? Alright, good. Let's leave him there for a second. This guy is alerted because, you know, the light just turned off for some reason. And he's a little bit concerned about that. Let's just creep right on up behind him and drop him. Could probably just sneak past him, but I don't want to do that. Okay, so not too bad. So far, this mission's actually been pretty easy. But that's gonna change in a minute. Leave light on. Doesn't really matter, because everybody's unconscious, but you know, hey. It really doesn't matter for this particular room. Whatever, alright? It doesn't... whatever. It's not a big deal. I think there's a code on this computer. And is it the code for this door right here? I forget. Let's check. Yes, yes it is. So this room right here is pretty annoying. You don't do it a very specific way, which I've tried this a couple times, and I'm pretty sure I've got a good way to do this room. So this room has got two civilians in it, and pretty bright hallways.
Okay. 0J-8675307.
So here's what you want to do. You want to sit here, where it's nice and bright. You want to get spotted. Alright. So what's going to happen is one civilian is going to see you, and then he'll come investigate it. And then, when they're both kind of in the hallway, you can knock them both out real fast. It's pretty tricky to do. So you want to like quick save before you try it. But it should work out. Just wait a second for him to come. He's not there yet. It's the guy in the further hallway. There he is. Okay, good. He's coming now. Now let's just wait for this guy to turn around. And let's just tail him into the shadows. Yep. Okay, good. He didn't go for the alarm. There is an alarm in here, of course. It's at the end of the hallway to the left. So that went okay, you know. That's usually how that goes. It goes okay, if you're fast enough. I guess you could maybe do a split jump in here too, but I don't... That'd be kind of loud, and with you hitting the ground and not being able to, like, move immediately, the other guy might get to an alarm. That's just no good. So in here, we've got the wonderful, the lovely, the amazing, the SC-20K. This thing is amazing. It's our new gun, everybody. So you know how the pistol sucks? What if it didn't suck at all? That's the SC-20K. So the gadgets. The shockers will knock dudes out. The airfoils will knock dudes out if you shoot them in the head. If you don't, it'll just stun them, but you can hit them with an elbow shot, and then they're down. And then we've also got sticky cameras, which let you just shoot a camera onto a wall and look around. It's not that useful, actually. Also, the accuracy of this gun is actually good. It stabilizes really fast, and you can snipe with it. Hold your breath. It's actually an accurate gun. I know, right? You can't shoot anybody in this level, though. But we're gonna keep this bad boy for later levels.
Yeah, I guess. Do you know anybody who was hurt?
Let's just let this guy go. He's gonna go back to that room where we got the SC-20K in it. That was close. Don't turn the light off. It'll spook him. You don't want to do that. You want to get this med kit, though. Probably won't need it, but, you know, I don't want to just leave it. So the server room is right up ahead.
Fisher, GPS shows you within sight of the server. Grim's daughter's standing by. She'll be ready to trace the leak as soon as you can get us access.
Okay, so let's pull this guy, because he might spot you when you go into the server room. And why don't we take a little look at the Sticky Shocker, which is a fantastic weapon. So we can now knock dudes out from a range. Not a terribly great range. The Shockers do have an arc to them, too. So you gotta make sure you compensate for that when you're aiming at dudes. Did I get him in the dick? Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, God. That's just uncalled for. Alright, we don't want to go too overboard with the Shockers for now. just move this guy over here.
Relay to control.
Yeah, he's not coming back. Pretty sure about that. So you see how bright it is in here, right? Yeah, it's a bit of a problem. So we got the code of the store already. It's 2019. Now we're almost where we need to be. Do have a couple of civilians in the way, though. One will be patrolling in this room, and the other one will just be kind of sitting. As long as you don't alert him, he won't move. We do want to get down and stick to the shadows, though. What? Oh, you can stand here? Oh, alright. I don't think that should have happened, but okay. So we could, like, try to drop on the guy, but that doesn't work too well. At least when I do it, it doesn't work. He's coming, just he's taking his time, but he'll show up eventually. Come on, I don't want to fast forward again. Okay, there he goes. And bop. Okay. You saw nothing, alright? It's just a figment of your imagination. Like that bruise on your forehead. That's also just a figment of your imagination, alright? Yeah, there's that room. So that guy probably would spot you. Unless he moves. I don't know. I honestly can't remember if that happens. Doesn't matter because he's unconscious.
All right, Lambert. We're in.
Good. Grim?
I'm inside. Just there. The leak is a low-security PC registered to one Mitchell Dougherty.
Great. Dougherty's PC is your new objective, Fisher. I'll upload the details to your OPSAT.
Alright, so Dougherty's PC is a bit of a walk from here. No, I didn't need to do that. Of course that door doesn't lock behind you. Why would a security door do that? Don't be ridiculous. Okay, so this big room over here has some computers in it, but none of them have anything important on them. So we're just gonna, like, not go in there at all. Because there's some guys in there, and, I mean, they're just civilians, but let's just not bother them. We have more important things to do, okay? Because we dropped the guy that patrols this hallway, it's pretty easy to just get through it.
Terminal access will be restricted to users and administrators until further notice.
Okay, we got a guy up here. Gonna need to lure him out of his checkpoint.
I think I heard a noise.
Pretty easy to do that. And if we're quick, we can get in there before he gets back. Don't want to go too fast, though. Okay, so there are a bunch of armored cameras in this room. Must be real fun to work in this room. All that beeping. So we're gonna snipe the lights in a second. I just want to wait for this guy to go back inside. I mean, just in case, let's get the airfoils ready. But it should be fine. He has a satchel on, but I don't think there's anything too important on that one. Alright, so we're going to shoot the lights out on the far side of the room, make it a little darker to sneak past these cameras. That guy will probably not notice it. Oh, he noticed it. Oh, whatever, it's fine. I'll just knock his dumbass out, I guess.
Whoa, that's strange.
Oh, he's so confused. If you know it's good for you, just go back in your little room. You don't want to mess with this. Airfoil the shit out of you. Alright, so we gotta get through that hallway at the other end of the room. But there is another guy who's gonna come into this room. There he is. It's okay, it's dark enough over here. We just wait for the right moment, we can just slip right through. Probably. Okay, he's gonna go. Now, when we move through this hallway, you don't want to go too fast. There's a guy in a room around the corner, and he'll hear you if you're going too fast. We do want to go kind of fast. Just want to slow down towards the end. Alright. I like how the noise just stops. Okay, there we go. See, that was great. That went just fine. All right.
Please note, there is no longer a smoking section in the cafeteria. All smoking is restricted to designated smoking terraces on the 5th floor.
Okay, so another keypad. What's the code of this one? Yeah, there it is. Okay.
Well, tell Clarence I'm gonna have his ass and his badge for this. Because I'm looking at agency photographs of Red Bear on TV! Find out what agency media the press has. Anything they haven't shown yet, get back before they do. I don't know. I don't care. Fix it!
So this guy's gonna go to the vending machine. We need to drop him, because this room is a little too bright. So let's use an airfoil on him. So body shots, so stun guys, so you can just run up to him and drop him. It's a little tricky to get headshots with airfoils, so it's usually not worth a try. Just put this guy over here, which is very dark. So we got something special up here. Nope, didn't want to do that. Alright. So that is an automatic turret. Those things are real fun. Oh. So these things will shoot anything they see, which kind of means you. Here's some information on them, actually. So this was recovered from somewhere in Tbilisi. Tbilisi? I don't know how to say that. So yeah, we're going to be encountering them in the future. And that's pretty good. They respond to heat, so if you throw a flare, they'll shoot that. And they have these little control terminals here, which you can use. So the IFF is the kind of friendly fire mode. It'll shoot everybody if that's turned off. So that can be kind of useful to turn against people. But they are very loud. Just use one of these disposable picks. We got 3 of them. We don't really need them for anything. So Dougherty's computer is upstairs.
I just sent you Dougherty's file. He's in information retrieval, Office 508.
What do I do with Dougherty?
Stay out of his way for now. We'll get back to you when we find more on him.
Found traces of the media in a secure data forwarding service in Holland. Another in Bangkok, 3 in Canada.
Any order?
Nope.
Take it back and turn up the volume.
The foolish avarice and arrogance of a nation that still believes there is such a thing as a world superpower.
Take it back to beliefs?
What, the chain sound?
A nation that still believes there is...
No, it's like a moaning in the background.
That still believes there...
You hear that?
That still believes...
I don't hear it.
That still believes...
It's right there. A cow, maybe.
Still believes...
I honestly don't hear it. I think there's a chain wrapping around foolish avarice.
Let me check this with the media people.
All right, I'll be here.
That's not foreshadowing at all. No siree. Nope, nuh-uh. So this room is pretty easy to get through. Wait, there's this gigantic-ass space behind their, like, computers, so whatever. Just kind of walk on through. So Dougherty's room is right there. And that's the man himself. I actually got some information on him here. Let's take a look at that. It's a very helpful map. There he is. He looks very nervous. Okay, so Dougherty's office is right here. Yep. So it's very important that you do not mess with the lights in his office because he will come back. And you don't want that to happen. Just want to be in and out real fast.
Great work, Fisher. How are we doing, Grim?
Working on it. Very clever back door. Looks like Philip Mass's work. Bouncing to a server. Surf Kalina_VA, which is the Kalina Tech building in... Oh, black hell, somebody spotted me. I shut down.
We'll call back. Fisher, we're gonna need you to bag Dougherty.
What happened with Grimstar?
We'll worry about that. You worry about Dougherty. Wait for him to take a smoke break. It'll make grabbing him easier. Details on your offset.
So we obviously can't go that way. We can't cut through this little room here.
Meaning we have 3 points of attack. 2 transformers coming from County Electric Supply and the backup generator. Agent Marks has been trying to sell us on the idea of electrostatic fuel bombs, but the blast radius doesn't figure. A logic bomb activated in the hospital's archival system 70 hours earlier, approximately 10 p.m. on the 28th.
This guy is just totally in the way. That's just not gonna work.
The attack digitally. However, we do know how...
Look, they probably won't notice, alright? It'll be fine.
These are hospital security access codes. The only parties who have
Forgot about this door. Okay, there we go.
If these codes came from CIA files, then... Excuse me, yeah? Yeah.
So we want to go through that room kind of fast, because they are going to take a break eventually. And the lights get turned on, that's just no good. So there's Dougherty up there.
Oh man, that's rough, dog.
Yeah. Like on the train.
Is she alright?
She's fine, but it was close. I mean, she says she saw bodies.
Hey, careful with your coffee.
So, now my whole family's spooked. My wife doesn't want to send the kids to school tomorrow.
You spilled your coffee.
Christ. In fact, I'm supposed to call her. I gotta run.
Alright, I'm going for a smoke. You gonna be around later?
No, I'm taking off.
Hey, you spilled coffee. Somebody's gonna have to clean that up.
I gotta run, Mitch. Take it easy.
Okay, so Dougherty is going to head through those doors at the end of the hall. Now those doors have a keypad, and the code is actually right around here, but we want to try and get through there quick enough so we don't have to use that. Dougherty just moved kind of slow, so it's not that difficult to tail him pretty closely. You just stop a couple times to get a drink, too. So the code to the door, I think, is right in the room where the other guy went. You also could maybe use your thermal vision to puzzle it out and enter it if you need to do that. Never tried that, though. That should work, though. Okay, so I'd like to tape Dougherty down before he gets into that room.
Junior Wilkes is in position for extraction. He's with Special Agent Baxter, an interrogations expert. They've got a disappearance truck parked in the back.
So you can't actually interrogate Dougherty if you grab him, so don't worry about doing that. Alright, there's a guy out there. This room is pretty bright. So it's a lot better to take Dougherty out before he gets into this room, because it's very bright and there's a guard outside. And that's just inconvenient. Okay, will you notice the lights? Maybe. I guess not. Oh, whatever. Alright, so obviously we don't want to get spotted with Dougherty. That's just not good at all. We do have to carry his ass all the way out of here. That's gonna take some time, actually. Well, that's what video editing is for.
I've got another complication for you. Some CIA security rig is chatting up Junior Wilkes and Baxter.
How were they spotted?
They weren't hiding. NSA presence on Langley is completely legit.
The only problem is me and Dougherty.
Right. A SIGINT ninja with an unconscious bureaucrat on his shoulder is less than copacetic, so don't let him see you.
Alright, we're gonna leave Dougherty here for a second, because there's some guys up ahead. And we can't really do anything about them with Dougherty on our back. Just a couple dudes, though. In a pretty loud room, so should be able to move around pretty quick. Alright, so this guy's pretty easy. Oh, he heard something. Oh, whatever. So his buddy, though... Oh, there he is. There he goes. Can pop him with a shocker or something. Should stop right around here. Yeah, any minute. Alright. Okay. Let's just hide these guys. This guy's kinda hidden, but he'd be hidden a little better. There's no time to get sloppy now. And the mission's almost over. Just move this guy a tiny bit. Alright, let's move Dougherty. I guess. I mean, I don't really have to. It's not like leaving him in the rain will wake him up. It probably should, but it doesn't. Ah, the door closed. Yeah, that's no good. Okay, so there are a couple more guys outside. This first one could be a problem because of how bright it is. Okay, that's good. You didn't see anything at all. So, Wilkes and Baxter are right there, actually. There's their van, just hanging out, you know. Hey, it's cool for them to be here. So, whatever. Let's just put this guy inside. Okay, so there's one more guy outside that's actually patrolling around. We gotta drop. And then there's the guy talking to them. Yep. So there's Baxter. He's a new guy. Don't get used to him though. He's gonna just vanish after this level. So the other guy is over there. It's a little bit bright, but we're pretty far away. Alright, let's see, where's he gonna go? Right there? Should be able to get him? Maybe? Okay, good. Okay, now there's just the guy talking to Baxter and Wilkes, and he's not gonna go anywhere. He's just gonna stare at them, so we can just get him pretty easy. Just hide this man real quick.
You mean you actually deal with humans sometimes?
Rarely, but yeah.
Awesome. So, what do you use? I don't understand the question. You know, what kind of drugs do you use? I'm clean.
I think he means for interrogations, for getting people to talk.
Right. I like barbiturates. There's no such thing as a truth serum, but barbiturates are pretty good.
What, like reds, blues? What's that stuff? Pinto something?
Pentobarbital? That's a good one. Of course, people don't reveal anything useful while they're under the influence. They babble, they fantasize, but when they regain sobriety, they think they gave everything away while they're high. Then they'll give you everything because they think you've already got it.
Oh, man, that's really creepy.
Yeah.
You guys are done talking? See, I didn't want to interrupt, because that'd just be rude. They're just watching Sam like, will you just take this guy out already? Jesus Christ.
You doing all right?
Thank God, I thought he would never go away.
This our friend?
That's the man. Where's Dougherty?
You still have to get him.
We need to move quick.
Lambert's freaking out over this Kalinitech thing.
I'll get him.
We're not going anywhere until you give me dawn.
Did Lambert tell you about Sarah?
No.
She's fine. The blackout spooked her, but she's completely all right. Don't get too emotional. Let's get out of here.
Thanks, Wilkes.
Well, that's that. That's a pretty good mission right there. And it went perfectly. Oh. Okay. So apparently, Dougherty just messed up. He wasn't actually like a bad guy, I guess. But we're going to be infiltrating the Kalinitech building next time in what is a decidedly less sneaky mission than this one.